where United are at the moment, fuck it, I'm going to say it on camera. I think Woodward was worse for us than Munich.
Right. I'm not.
I mean, obviously, I'm not comparing people passing away.
No,
I'm saying 10 years post Munich, we was European champions.
Yeah.
10 years of Woodward, we're in the shit.
Stephen Howson caused huge controversy yesterday across social media for comparing, contrasting, and using Munich when discussing the damage to Man United that Ed Woodward has clearly done. And there's a lot of people calling for his head. There's a lot of people calling for Rio Ferdinand to not work with him anymore. That the cancel culture is out in full force, wanting to shut him down, condemning what he said and everything else surrounding it. And I think from my point of view, as a Man United fan, I saw the first, I think it was a 9-second clip that was put out across social media. And I thought, Jesus Christ, Stephen Howson's someone that I've met, someone that I've spoken to, someone who, when it comes to his footballing opinion, I agree with sort of about 90% of it. I was shocked. I could not believe what I heard come out of his mouth. Someone who's done so much work for Munich, someone that is the Munich disaster, the tributes and the education of the Manchester United fans who may not be fully aware of the who, the whats, the whys, and the wheres. And Stephen Howson is, he is one of the main voices of Manchester United fans across social media. And I kind of kept my powder dry. Fan channel review was due. I must have been sent the link to that clip about 40 times yesterday, saying, Terry, you got to review this on the show. And then I just waited, because I always do. And I was going to go check out the Stratford Paddock, of course, brilliant channel. Links in the description below for this full video, by the way. And then I kind of looked at the context of everything that he was saying. And this is what he continued to say after the video was cut that was out on social media.
Like,
you mean like in terms of footballing effects it's had?
Yeah.
The actual
I mean, I'm obviously not fucking taking anything away from any of the people who lost their lives in Munich, but in terms of something that's fucking happened, Woodward has been fucking worse for the football club and where we've progressed in that time. And his legacy seems to be a very selfish, I want the say on this. I'm going to bring in that player. We can do things in a transfer market others can fucking dream of. We don't need success on the pitch to be commercially viable. All of these things, and how he allowed the ownership. I mean, he was even part of the fucking ownership coming on board from the bank side of point of view.
JP Morgan.
Where he's laid his feet is fucking disastrous for this football club. Within 6 months, put it this way, if Woodward was still here, have we appointed Ten Hag?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Welcome Mauricio Pochettino. I guarantee it. Does this overhaul happen? Clearly not. Because this overhaul wasn't happening under Ed Woodward. This overhaul, for me, and the appointment of this manager, whether it's Ralph, whether it's Mercer, whether it's Arnold, it fucking ain't Woodward. So the big change at the top, if it is just Rich and Arnold saying, football guys are going to make football decisions, and I'll just fucking empower you to do that. That's what a CEO is meant to do. A CEO is not meant to fucking cut the grass. No. A CEO is not meant to be picking a team. A CEO is not meant to be fucking going signing players. A CEO is not meant to. I mean, fuck me. When's Fabregas coming?
Yeah, do you know?
You know what? Listen, and context is always key to this. But I understand the outrage. I understand the outrage, and I get why people are frustrated at what he said. I'll get onto the cancel culture thing in a few moments. For me, the way he's done it is wrong. The wording. I think he's already come out and apologized himself. He knows it's wrong, the way he's worded that. I think maybe wording it along the lines of, we recovered from the Munich disaster quicker than we did the appointment of Ed Woodward. We got over the most horrendous, most heart-wrenching moment in our club's history, the most maybe, in many people's eyes, one of the most devastating moments in British football, English football, European, world football history. We recovered from that quicker because we were run well, because the club had brilliant owners, a brilliant board. Football was always at the heart. The community was always at the heart of things. We recovered quicker than the appointment of Woodward into this senior role and the Glazers' ownership. I completely get where he's coming from. It's just the wording of these things that he's got wrong, and he's rightfully come out and apologized. I think what I don't like about this is the fact that there's a lot of people with, I'm going to say it bluntly as well, fake outrage here. There's a lot of people that are annoyed that he's compared Munich and Woodward. That I agree with. I agree with that 100%. But there are a lot of others that just don't like Howson, that don't like him. They want him cancelled. They want him gone. And the reason I say this is I see some of these people work with some of the most controversial people on social media who have done some egregious things, said some outrageous things, tweeted some stuff that would make most people lose their jobs. And they're okay to work with them, chill with them, talk with them, defend them. Howson does something. No, got to go. Always knew this about the guy. Absolute scumbag. I think you're also using the Munich disaster and people's heartfelt emotion towards it to try and get someone that you dislike cancelled, or you're trying to damage their career and everything else. And it becomes very tit for tat, which is wrong. Howson made a mistake in the way in which he compared the two things. There's no doubt about it. His overarching point about how bad Woodward, along with the Glazers, have been for this club is absolutely right. And he's apologized for it. And I think he moves on from there. And look, he's not a cruel guy. He's not a nasty guy. He's made mistakes like the vast majority of people do. Says things with emotion sometimes and makes mistakes. But he's come out and he's apologized. I know this guy enough to know that he loves this club with every ounce of his being and would not trample over he wouldn't trample over the Munich situation just to gain some followers and to gain some likes. That's my take. I want yours on it. What do you think and feel? Now, moving on from that, I want Liverpool fans have been crazy the last few days. Dom Hassam here says, this season is a failure. I don't care what anyone says. Gut-wrenching end to the season. And I want to ask people, I want to ask viewers this question right now. Legitimately, has this season, is it a disaster? Is it a failure for Liverpool in the way in which it is being described? I want to know what people honestly think and feel about that. I really, really do. Here's what Simon Jordan had to say, actually, about Liverpool and their current situation.
I think they're feral. I think they're electric. I think they're almost undeniable. I know that they were denied in this final.
So even this Monday morning, you're saying that Liverpool are better than Real Madrid?
As a team, I think they are. I think that's a moment in time, and I think that Liverpool are a better side than Real Madrid. I don't care about individual games.
But Real Madrid won La Liga. Real Madrid
Chelsea beat Barcelona in a semi-final of the Champions League when it was universally accepted Barcelona were a better side. But Chelsea came out because of an indomitable spirit. They banked up and they stopped Barcelona and Messi from breaking them down.
Never mind about that. We're talking about Liverpool.
But hold on. But we're talking about an argument how people can be better yet still lose. People will look back in history and say Muhammad Ali was a better fighter than Joe Frazier, yet he lost to Joe Frazier.
So Real Madrid, who won their own league, La Liga, and went on to win the Champions League, are not as good as Liverpool, who lost the league to Manchester City.
They're not.
And who lost the Champions League final.
I think as a football, styles make fights, right? It doesn't mean overall because of an individual game that the team is better. Right? I think Liverpool, as some of all its component parts, from every aspect, from the goalkeeper through to their centre forward, are a better side. They're more aggressive. They're easier on their eye. They're more feral. To me, there's something about Liverpool, not just because of their English club, because I'm no fan of Liverpool Football Club, besides their achievements, that I believe in my mind's eye, they're a better team than Real Madrid.
Fair enough.
It's really interesting there what Simon Jordan said. And I don't know, I'm kind of confused at the minute. A lot of Liverpool fans saying it's failure, as per Dom Hassam. You've got Simon Jordan take. I don't even know why that's a debate point, though. I don't really get the debate of who the better. We understand that you can be the better team and lose a final. We understand that you can be. You're not the better team and lose a league. 38 games is the barometer for consistency. And often, again, a little bit like Formula One, you can sometimes win a league because of decisions the board makes or because of, some off the field situations that we've seen. This year, Chelsea dropped off when the Roman Abramovich stuff happened. Maybe if Liverpool would have signed Luis Diaz in the summer, they'd have had more from the beginning. They wouldn't have dropped as many points in the early stages. They would have won the league. So the team and club effort, like Formula One, it isn't just about the driver. It's the engineers and the people that that look after the car, the manufacturer team, as it were. If something goes wrong in that department, it could stop Lewis Hamilton or Max from winning the championship. I think that's the point I'm making here. But there are some Liverpool fans that look at this the other way.
United would love to have a season we had. 92 points and 2 trophies is actually better than anything Fergie did, by the way.
See, there are still some Liverpool fans that are out there fighting. It's such a weird mixture of fans at the moment. Some that say it's failure. You've got pundits out there still pushing this, well, Liverpool are better still. Some kicking off and throwing salt at Sir Alex Ferguson, which is weird to me. I look at it this way. I think the season ended as a disappointment for Liverpool. I really, really do. It wasn't a failure, though. They're still a brilliant team. There's no doubt about it. But what I will say is this, and I stand by this until my dying day, I think. But until my dying day, I'll stand by this. But I want to say this in the right way. History will only remember the teams that won. In 10, 20, 30... History gets rewritten all the time as well, by the way. Right now, we're actually stating that football in England and Europe was easy in the late 90s. That Man United had it easy in the Champions League. That's literally being discussed. The era which saw from Arsenal getting into a Champions League final through to Chelsea winning it in 2012, so that 6-7 year period, was, for me, the best in the Premier League era in terms of there was 4 teams every year that were touted as teams very capable of winning the Champions League, involved in title races in England, playing brilliant football, world-class talent, great managers. It's now being rewritten as uncompetitive compared to now. The fact that history gets rewritten so frequently is the reason why it's so important to win these trophies, because that's the barometer. Football will change again. It'll evolve in the next 10 years. And we'll look back to this era and we'll look at who won what. So this notion that, yes, Liverpool might be better, and if they played Madrid 10 times, might beat them 8. But that isn't how history is gained. That isn't how legacy is built. It's about winning those trophies. It's as simple and as straightforward as that for me. Now, I was sent this video, this short video here, via Gal, actually. Interesting take on Arsenal, and I just thought we'd play it. I thought we'd play it here today.
But the invincible thing, the double invincible thing, I think is super, super overplayed. The invincible, the drawn bundles of games could have got. You can get relegated by being invincible.
that was a video there. It's only short. It's only short. I want to ask Arsenal fans watching this question: are the Invincibles your best ever team in the Premier League era, or are your sides that won the FA Cup and League in the same season, the 2 doubles done by Wenger, the doubles, are they better sides? What, and if not, why do you think people underplay the invincible element? No one else has done it in the Premier League era. More than one team have done doubles. More than one team have won multiple trophies in a season. But why do some Arsenal fans regard it as the greatest ever achievement? And why do some people in football play it down and kind of disregard it? I would love your view and your take on that. I really would. I was sent that link through, and I don't know, one of these things. I think for a singular season achievement, it's great. It's astounding. It's a brilliant thing to do. But again, as I say, through legacy, as great as it reads, it's about the trophy haul. And I still believe in my heart of hearts. If you got, have you seen Squid Game where you get to like vote whether you continue the game or you end the game? I think if you created one of those situations, but it was private, right, and no one knew who the voters were, and you gave Arsenal fans this choice, the invincible season gets scrubbed from the history of football, but we're given a Champions League title, or the invincible is gone, but we retain that title. 2 years on the bounce, we won it. I think 80% of Arsenal fans would go, yes, sir. They would click the yes. They would agree to one of those options. They'd scrap the Invincibles from the history of their football club for a back-to-back Premier League title winning team or a Premier League and Champions League winning title team. I truly believe 80% of Arsenal fans would do that. I really do. But I want your take. I want your views. I want your opinions. Until next time, my people, take care. Goodbye. God bless. By the way, remember, all the links for everybody are in the description below.